Today I'm going to show you the basic shading techniques: a sphere, a cube, and a cone. So if you want to cheat by getting a compass or some type of lid, go for it. The next thing I need to make sure I do is draw where the light source is coming from. And I'm doing a generic sun, and I'm putting an arrow going toward the circle, or it will become the sphere. So if the light source is in one area, then a directly opposite of that circle, we need to start shading as dark as possible. As you can see here, I am shading in a circular motion. I'm not going up and down or sideways to do my shading, because I want to have the illusion at the end that this looks like a sphere. Remember to have a sharpened pencil. On the edges of the shape, I understand that it might be hard to shade with the side of your pencil, but try your very best to use the side of your pencil to shade. If you're gripping it like you're writing a letter or doing any other core assignments, it's going to be really hard to get rid of that rough line. So if you get in the habit of shading with the side of your pencil, you're going to be much happier at the end. As you can see here, I'm applying a lot of pressure in the beginning, and then I'm lifting up on that pressure as I'm going up the shape. It's important to have the full range of value so that it looks more realistic. So at the end, I'm going to have the darkest value all the way up to white. As soon as I've shaded the entire circle or sphere, I am going to make some of it absolutely white up top with my eraser, and then I'm going to take my Kleenex, I'm going to wrap it around my pencil, and I'm going to spend some time blending the top part so that you don't see all those individual lines that I've created. As I'm blending with the Kleenex wrapped around my pencil, I'm still going in that arch-like movement so that I don't lose the illusion of the form. After I've blended with the Kleenex wrapped around my pencil and cleaned up the edges with my eraser, I go back over the darkest areas, because when you do blend with the Kleenex, you lose the darkest value, so you need to apply that again. It's important to add a shadow to continue with the illusion of a sphere instead of a flattened shape. As soon as you're done drawing your sphere, it's time to start drawing your cube. First, you just draw a square, and then you extend those lines out, making sure that all of those are parallel lines, and then you connect them. Just like the sphere, I need to figure out where my light source is coming from. So it doesn't matter where you put the light source, just make sure that you indicate where that light source is, and that will determine how you're shading your cube. Because I indicated that the light source is on the top coming in, this back side of the cube is absolutely black. And then from there, on the side, it's going to be a little lighter, and on the top, it's going to be the lightest. The last shape I'd like you to try is an upside down ice cream cone type of shape. Make sure that you also define where your light source is coming from, and that will determine where your darkest area is and your lightest area is. Now, if you happen to have a really dark line around your sphere, you can blend that out. Just press a little bit harder and then lift up on the pressure. So you should never have just this really thick line that's not blending well. It takes time, but I know you can do it. The other thing that might occur is having just medium tone grays in your work, and you don't have that full range from white to dark. So in order to achieve that, you could get an eraser, press really hard with the eraser in the lightest spot, or the spot that you need to be the lightest spot, and then lighten up on your pressure so that you're using that as one of those blending tools as well. The last thing I want to share with you is what not to do. Do not blend going up and down or side to side. That is going to make your shape look like a circle instead of a three-dimensional form. So please take your time, go in the direction of the actual circle, or when you do the ice cream cone, that you're going in that circular motion at the bottom of the cone. The last thing you should never do is go in all sorts of different directions with your pencil, especially if you hold your pencil like you would be writing, so you have these harsh lines that you can't get rid of.